Hi there, Dan the Weatherman here. Hey, welcome to my weather show. This is the global edition where I took a look at the weather around the globe and see what's been going on. And I tell you what, this week it's just been a Mother Nature roller coaster ride. There's been all sorts of things going on. I'll show you in just a second, but quick look at the globe for much of Australasia and the Pacific. Things are pretty quiet. You can see the equatorial regions just bubbling away with showers. Australasia, much of Australia, it is quiet. And for New Zealand, really, it's been a case of sumtum over the last several weeks. Not been autumn, it's not been summer, but it's been very mild. Warm northwest flows with temperatures in some places 5 to 10 Celsius warmer than where they should be for the time of year. But now we're heading our way further north to the Arctic. And how about some cross-polar flow? You go, what? Well, the polar vortex, Greenland, North America, and this surge of colour here came from Europe, big zoom in the jet, and zoom straight through all the way to northern parts of Canada. You say, well, what's that going to do? Watch, I'll show you temperature-wise. First off, this is above normal, red, below normal, blue. And watch this bloke here, that zoom comes in right there, past Greenland, well to the north over the Arctic, and that will then surge in, bring some life, and that probably in about a week to 10 days' time, could potentially be another surge of cold spreading its way well south across parts of Canada and then eventually into the northern US. And it's a bit like parts of the northern and eastern parts of North America have not really had their spring yet. They've still been rather cool. But speak of cool, how about some rain? How about wound up weather? The British Isles is beneath that upper low. That's an upper level map, of course. Warm flow on one side, a cut-off low just sitting and lingering over the British Isles, which means, yeah, raincoats for much of the week. And you take one look at the old pressure map and you go, ooh, look at that low. That's a surge of warms in the southwest of there. The low sits and spins like a car stuck in the mud. Just unsettled, cooler air, and that will kick back temperatures, which in some cases have already been into the 20s across parts of the British Isles. That'll be going back into the lower teens, if not more likely below 10 degrees. Different story though, eastern areas with that good warm southwest flow. Check out the temperatures. See the red? These will be some spots that'll be well into the 20s, and particularly parts of northern Europe and even northwest Russia, where only a few days ago we were talking about some snow to these places and barely above freezing. Vroom, up it goes with that warm flow like a wall of warmth to spread its way. And of course that has gone right the way across much of the Arctic too. Speaking of the cold, well, you can see of course we've had the cool greens. These are temperatures that may be only barely getting to 10 degrees across the northeastern US. That's going to subdue the storm risk this week for across parts of the south. See how it's getting orange here? For a time over the week to come, it'll actually be warmer in the prairies and perhaps parts of Manitoba than it will be further south across parts of perhaps the Appalachians, if you can believe it. That'll be temperatures 20s compared to further south. And say, well, how is that possible? Look at this. Of course you've got the cold plunge working through, but Mother Nature with her roller coaster ride has been up and down. Cold plunge of air, and the whole jet stream has been like that. Storms early on through the week down south, they then get subdued and the air becomes more stable as high pressure sets up shop with cooler air. And then, of course, warmer to the west, but that cool air, and remember the other surge coming later in the week to come down, really making much of eastern parts of North America feel like, no, it's not spring heading to summer. It's more likely still a little bit on the chilly side, and you need those extra layers if you are going to be out and about. So that's how it's looking this week. I'll see you guys again soon. That's the weather for now.